They come up in an offset eye. Here's Newton. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
On second down, here's Newton. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Let's see, the defense might bring some added pressure as the offense is dealing with a 3rd and long. 3rd and long, it's Newton. And that is incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th. They are going to go for it. It's Newton. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. So with their backs practically backed up against the goal line, just why? Why did they do that?
I'm taking it from the other perspective because I have zero answer about why. How about if you're on defense and you realize they're going for it in this situation? That's just blatant disrespect for your team. And you're almost incredulous. You're like, what are they planning on doing here? What kind of crazy play should we expect to see? But there's no way they should pick that up here, and they didn't.
And now incredible field position. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. And the starting crew defensively for Carolina.
Charles Johnson off the edge. A long day for any offensive tackle.
So 2nd and 10 here. Here's Rivers. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
3rd and goal for Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So now for the 2nd time already here in this quarter, on comes the field goal unit. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will tie things up at 6-6. Well, the offense got the ball in a good spot, but they went nowhere. They settled for 3.
Brandon, I think it's safe to say that was a major disappointment. Had a great opportunity, excellent field position, and did not be able to move the ball at all. Big-time letdown.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
The give to Whitaker, and there's a flag on the field. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
Holding offense.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They come out here in the eye. They're going to run. This is Stewart. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. This Chargers defense, they were dealt a little bit of a blow in Week 3. Manti Te'o gone for the year, and he was the leading tackler in the first 2 weeks of the season.
An Achilles injury, and that's just so unfortunate for them because it's a Chargers defense that needs to have all hands on deck to deal with what they have to deal with, especially in the AFC West, some high-powered offenses. So that's going to put more pressure on guys like Corey Liuget up front and Jason Verrett on the back end on the corner.
And, boy, they've had the injury bug on offense. Keenan Allen, Danny Woodhead gone. Now Te'o, tough. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, 31 yards. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And it's up and good to extend the lead to 13-6. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. Newton on first down. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 15 that time. And the Panthers are going to get a first down. 1 quarter down. 13-6 our score. We're back to Uptown Charlotte after this timeout. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Now Newton on first down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A good pickup there at 22. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
The play clock's running down. On first down, it's Newton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Naturally, we're going to say it was a poor pass, but the defensive guys say it was just a great play by them. They broke on the football, picked it off, and gave some momentum to their team.
So out come the Chargers. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll come out in the pistol. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And there it was right in front of us. Today's NFL, these guys nowadays, they don't just eat up space. They try and get upfield and make plays in the backfield.
So a defensive brain lapse there and an encroachment penalty.
Sometimes when you don't watch the football and make sure that it's snapped, you're watching the offensive player, and they can influence you occasionally and look like they're getting ready to move, and the officials don't detect it.
Six yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down. From the gun, Rivers. Caught left side, Williams. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, San Diego. Their dangerous wide receiver. 51 yards. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
Lambeau on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken.